Paul, what allowed you to get going there in the second half, with the shooting and everything?
Uh, yeah, I think, Coach called my number early and just going from there.
When you're out there on the floor with Tyrese, and when you think about all the minutes that he's had to play and the load he's had to carry, like, I know you've always said you want to make it like life easier for him. Would say kind of like an example of that.
Yeah, for sure. Watching them last night in Charlotte, they look tired, and a lot obviously was into that day with, waiting on a plane, waiting to take off, getting in super late, then thinking you're going to play a 7 o'clock game, gets cut to a 3 o'clock game. So they were tired. So for me tonight, it was to come in and again, in these moments, is try to bring extra energy. Because I know they're tired, and so if I can be a force and kind of boost the team's morale, that was my whole mindset coming into it.
Can you just talk about hitting the franchise high 9 3-pointers? I think you tied Tyrese and Danny Green with that.
Yeah, I got a little thirsty late in the game, trying to get to 10. Kyle was in my ear that whole fourth quarter to get a couple more. But those things happen when everything aligns. I thought we played great offensively as a unit. And the ball just found me in those moments to knock shots down.
How big was it to see Jarrett?
Yeah, it was huge. He just, it felt more like him. Felt more like his rhythm, his pace, his timing. I thought all the shots he took came into the flow of the offense, and it just didn't look like he was rushed at all. He was just in his comfort zone, and that's what you love to see.
How often are you guys on him to be like, hey, take the shots when you're open, and kind of encouraging him to continue shooting like that?
Yeah, young guys like that, and they can put the ball in the hole. He's a pure shooter. He works on his game effortlessly or tirelessly, and he shoots it effortlessly. So for him, it's just continue to give him confidence that to keep going, keep shooting, keep finding your rhythm, keep finding shots. Because again, we need him, and we know how well he can shoot it.
Paul, you've had some of your best games of the season against the Bucks. There's something specific about this matchup that you like?
I just know Doc. I know Doc. I know his coverages. I know his play calling. I know what he's looking at, what he's looking for, how he's going to guard me. But nothing to that. These days just feel like, some of my best days as far as how my body responds, and but if anything is how today felt. I like to see where I'm at going forward.
With you tonight, you guys surpassed your win total for last season. I know last season was quite frustrating. How did it feel to have a night like this at home with the energetic crowd?
Yeah, it was great energy there. Shout out Gilly, igniting and being explosive on the baseline. Always love that. But this since I've been here, when we're playing well, how we're supposed to play, with energy, with passion. This really is one of the best places to play, and it really is some of the best fans when things are going well. But again, it's fun. We got to come out, we got to do our job. That's all they want to see, and it is fun. It's fun when this crowd is going.
Is this a blueprint for you guys with you, Tyrese, and Joel each having at least 20 points in a game?
I think hindsight, yes. We would love for this to be a nightly thing. But, my thing is giving up 122. Yeah, we scored 140, but to give up 122 on a, Giannis Antetokounmpo-less team, that's more my concern. Offensively, it is what it is. We'll be able to score the ball, but I'm just, I'm not happy about giving up 122.
Paul, but the way that Joel played today and the way the court played, do you think that this team can compete? Like, come in the East, like, can you think y'all can contend?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think we're right there. With the New York Knicks, with the Clevelands. I think we're right in the mix when things are clicking and we're playing the right way and we're firing on all cylinders. We still have the one unguardable player, and that's the trump card. So yeah, absolutely, we got a chance.
What do you think the problem is? Why it doesn't always click?
Not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Some games are just flat. Some games just, it doesn't flow as it should. I wish, I could pinpoint why, but it's the NBA. Some games it's just, it just the ball rolls that way, and our job is to try to be on the same page as much as possible.
This past few weeks, I've been really focused on being really present and being present in the moment and not trying to look in the past, look ahead. And I think more than anything, I was happy with how present I was.
Did anything from the release you got at the end of yesterday's game when you finally got some shots to fall? Was there anything that carried over from that game?
For sure. I mean, just to see the ball go in as a shooter, that's all you want. And so yesterday, to see the ball go in a few times, and I think it carried over a bit. Just having that confidence to shoot it again.
That's how encouraging every teammate's been like throughout this whole process. I know
Yeah,
the whole thing is like giving you grace and stuff, but
yeah, they've been amazing, and I couldn't ask for better teammates. They've been there for me when I was down and when I'm up, and they cheer for me as loud as possible, and I'm just grateful to have them there.
Was there anything like approach-wise between the fourth quarter in Charlotte and today's game that felt different for you, or was it just that shots finally going in?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of being able to play those extended minutes, play through mistakes. I think just being able to get those shots up is it's fun to do. So I think it's nice when the ball goes in, but when you get those extended minutes, I think it definitely helps.
Those first two shots early came off of two-man stuff with Joel. I guess how much do you think you could benefit from playing with him more often moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously the defense is going to gravitate towards him the most, and I think being able to play off him, I've always loved it. It's always been fun to play with him, off of him, and I think it's easy to do it.
What's been harder for you in this season, with the injuries or the mental part of maybe not getting the minutes you thought you might?
I think the mental part for sure. I think just coming off two injuries, trying to stay ready in these big moments, and I think that's the toughest part. It's hard to be confident and know when your time is going to come, because you never know. It's super random, and sometimes it comes at bad times when we're down by 50 in a game, but you got to take those opportunities and treat them with like there's no garbage time. So that's what I'm most grateful for, is just being able to stay mentally ready and know that it's going to come.
Jerry, there were a couple of times yesterday where teammates maybe didn't see you open or just passed it to you, and today Joel saw you off of the double team and immediately shot it back to you for the 28-footer. I guess did that help build confidence for you? Does that mean something to you that the player on the team is investing in you?
For sure. I mean, he's talked to me a lot, and he's told me just stay ready, and I'm gonna find you. He knows. People are gonna gravitate towards him, like I said. So I was just ready, and he's told me many times before that the opportunity is gonna come, and so just to be ready whenever he has the ball, whenever any of my teammates have the ball, because I know their eyes are up, and that's what I do is get to shoot shots.
When you talk about staying present and kind of making that a focus recently, how did you do that? Just as far as maybe reprioritizing that, or how do you?
Yeah, it's all focusing on my breath. A lot of my meditation and a lot of the stuff that I focus on is just coming back to the present moment, and whether that's seeing the crowd and trying to hear more of the subtle noises, knowing that feeling the in breath and then feeling the hot breath coming out, even just like on like simple things this morning, like it was like feeling the breath coming in through your nostrils and then feeling the heat on your upper lip, like feeling it come out. That just sets you into the present moment, and I think that's what I carry over today.
Were there any
Just a
during
quick,
the time?
Joel's going to be speaking now, so just want to let you guys know.
Were there anything during those games where maybe you weren't in the rotation that you that you maybe saw just from watching that you found to be helpful then when you did get those minutes again?
Yeah, I think just trying to see where my shots would come and see where I can benefit and where I can help this team. That's been the biggest thing, is just when I'm watching, trying to, again, be present in the moment and trying to just see myself hitting the shots that people are making, seeing where people are getting the shots when I'm playing with Maxey and P and Bede. So just knowing that.
I remember in New York you mentioned being excited to share the floor with Justin and Adem. You got to do that, I think, quite a bit tonight too. Is that an added bonus for you?
Of course. Those are my guys. So anytime I get to share the floor with them, it's always super fun, and it's always a great time with them.
You mentioned Joe talking to you a lot, but even in the last couple weeks, I've observed some times like either on the floor before a game when someone's come Rico or someone's come over to like talk to you, or has there been any message from a coach or a teammate that you have found like particularly helpful during this stretch?
A lot of it is just staying solid. Like you can get so caught up in not playing and get down on yourself, but I've never been one to be like that anyways. But it's just been cool to have good reminders from coaches, from teammates, just in like even little things, just in the elevator with coaches talking, just those little brief conversations. Those can help build confidence for the game coming next. So it's been a great organization. They've been talking to me throughout this whole time. So never upset with anything, and they're always there for me.
It seemed like after that transition 3, VJ was particularly excited for you. I know you guys knew each other a little bit before he got drafted here, but I'm curious how your relationship with him has developed since he did get drafted.
Yeah, I mean, that's my guy, man. We talk a lot, and just being able to be there for him if he needs me ever, and he's always there for me, cheering for me the most as well. So it's an easy relationship, great energy. So I'm just grateful to have him as a teammate as well.
In that same moment, did you catch how excited the bench was for you?
Oh yeah, it was. Those are one of those moments where you're just grateful to be out there and see your team be that excited for you. That's all you want as a player making shots. Like you want your team to be excited for you. So when I looked over at the bench and they were all jumping up and down, it was a fun time.
Is it difficult when you see a guy like VJ or Quentin, and you're obviously rooting for their best interest and how they can help the team, but you also know that you're competing with them for a job essentially?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always in the back of your mind. Like you know what it comes. It's been like this since college, since high school. So, but you just it's never, you never try to compare. You're always on your own journey. And I knew my time was going to come, and I knew it's going to continue to come. There's going to be ups and downs, but you kind of stay focused on yourself. And it's not in a selfish way, but it's more in a like just worry about yourself in these moments, because it's bigger than you. You can't have too big of an ego in this.
Tyrese, I remember in New York you sounded skeptical when Joel told you to throw him a lob and that we would see how that goes. What did you make of that dunk for him tonight?
Yeah, I told him before the game I was going to throw him a lob. And he said, all right. And, well, he had 1-2 choices. Let the ball go out of bounds or go score. So.
How big was it for Jared to see the ball go through the hoop tonight?
Slam. Max back.
Slam.
Maybe Slam. Maybe I predict the future. How many threes I tell you?
You did say that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to predict the future. I was like, man, you're going to hit 4 threes tonight. You hit 5.
You tell me I'm going to get 50 then.
You're right. That's on me, bud. He was great.
How big of a lift did Paul give you guys there in the third quarter? It seemed like especially once Milwaukee made their run, I think they tied it, and then Paul made some big shots for you guys.
He was great tonight, man. He played really well, played confident, shot the ball well. He was scared, didn't want to get 10 threes, but it's all right. He did a good job.
How big was a win like this one, especially after what happened yesterday?
After they smacked us, it happens, man. Like, we played terrible. They played pretty good. Travel, all that was crazy. We washed it off. We knew we had a game tonight. Had to come out here and win it, and we did. So now we got to move on, try to get 2 more at home before we hit the road.
To go back to Joe for a sec, just big picture, when did you kind of sense that he was starting to get back to being able to do stuff like he did tonight as far as grabbing the lob and just that was sort of starting to come back?
I think probably around, this is a little early, but like when we played Toronto early this year, first year in the black jerseys, he was moving a little bit better. And like I could tell he felt good. He couldn't do it for as long a period of time like he's doing it now, but like you could tell in the short spurts he felt good. And I saw it then, I was like, okay, yeah, he working his way up, getting back to where he's supposed to be.
If you just speak to how much easier the spacing is with him and Paul, I guess it's like for you. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, it's a lot easier, man. Those two cause a lot of attention. All three of us do, so that makes it easier for Jared, BJ, all those guys to play in space and shoot open threes and just be aggressive for themselves.
We got a lot of three balls going tonight, and the ball was moving good. But obviously, I think Paul, Jared, with their kind of hot streak there, just widened the gap for us for sure, which was good to see out of both of them to show that much from the perimeter and the three ball line and keep the scoreboard moving pretty quickly.
You just mentioned Jared. I mean, specifically for him, how good was it just to kind of finally see the three ball roll a little bit, kind of an extension from the Charlotte game?
Yeah. It was really good. Obviously, Q got ruled out, so we got kind of slid into that first guard off the bench spot, and he played very well, which is great to see. A couple games in a row. I thought obviously he shot it well, but I thought he made some really good decisions too. He's got 3 assists there, but I thought a couple times he drove in there and got the kind of chain reaction ball movement started a couple times, so that was also good to see.
Nick, you always talk about how you have Joel and Paul, how that impacts space, and I guess tonight was another example of it. That's how they both came out and played well.
Yeah.
And you guys shot a whole lot better than yesterday.
Yeah, I like the way Joel started tonight. I thought he moved the ball to some different guys the first 5 or 6, 7 possessions. I think he still scored 10 or 12 in the first maybe. But he started out the first possessions kind of continuing to move it, and I thought that was good to some other guys just to touch it and get them going a little bit.
You went to Justin early, and
Yep.
he gave you a pretty big
Nice
push on
lift.
both ends. I
Yes.
guess just what did you make of his night?
It's good. I think he's got his hands in there, poking the ball away on some defensive plays, which were great. And then he stepped in, made a shot or two as well, which is always good. But he hit his first one, I think, which was kind of was a good drive, kick, swing all the way around to him in the corner. And when you play really good offense like that, you need the guy at the end of those to make them to kind of really lift the team. But I liked his effort, and I like his ability to get open from three. Seems like he's open, which is good, and hopefully he can, we'll take that out of him every night 2 for 4. It'd be great.
You went to him really early. Was that about getting Kelly out to bring him back for the non-Tyrese minutes because you didn't have VJ?
Yeah, that was the foul trouble with VJ, and then it just kind of changed the wing rotation a little bit, kept Barlow out of it a little bit more than we probably planned. But yeah.
Nick, you mentioned the 3-point shooting. You also mentioned the passing. I guess, did you sense a correlation between a really hot shooting night from 3 and really good ball movement?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think they kind of work together. I'm just happiest when the ball goes to where it's supposed to go, and we've had some good moments of that tonight, and moved it to the next better shot, and more open man.
You talked about wanting to grow the DJ, TG minutes.
Yeah.
Those are playing together. It seemed like even beyond just the made threes, it seemed like the offense was really functioning really well in the third quarter during that stretch.
Yeah, I mean, listen, PG got cooking, right? Kind of on some random stuff, and then we were able to run some set stuff for him too quickly, and that kept him cooking a little bit. So it's good. It's good. Those guys, like you said, VJ did a good job of executing that stuff. Everybody was good at, getting Paul free on some of that stuff too with the execution.
To go back to Jared, just what have your conversations been like with him over the last few weeks as he's navigated just kind of everything?
Yeah, been similar for a long time, really. I just keep telling him to have patience and hang in there, and I say to him, listen, things will change. I guarantee you. Before too long, something's going to happen or something's going to open up for you. And I think he's done a great job. I think it was really hard for him early. I think he kind of embraced it here the last few weeks. He's been super positive, and whether he's playing or not, which is hard to do coming out of the season he had last season. But I think positivity always pays off.
With the way the past few days have gone with the travel and the outcome of the last couple of games, how much do you think you guys needed this from a team morale standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, it is. We definitely needed this one, right? I mean, I think, we seem to have some kind of ups and downs. Some play really good, moments, and then followed by some not so good. I don't know, you can blame it on stuff if you want to, but just a week ago played a really great game. I thought physically, execution-wise against Houston, and then we lose a tough game, mostly because we couldn't get any rebounds against the Knicks, but played pretty well, right? So yeah, I think to your question, it was super important that we kind of righted the ship and got back to playing better and feeling a little bit better.
Were you surprised to see Joel go up and catch a lob?
I was very surprised. That was a really good pass by Tyrese, but yeah, I was very surprised. It's good to see. See a little bit more all the time, I think.